Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to What She Says Sports. All right. Let's see if we in here. Okay, welcome, everybody. Okay, so first and foremost, front, back. Okay, so why am I saying this? Because it is time for Christmas and y'all's orders are shipping out in process immediately. The ones that are coming in, like came in today, shout out to y'all, they already in progress. I'm saying this out loud because it's true. Because we have to have them delivered by, parcel companies. The orders have to be in by Monday, December 8th, in order to get them in time to wrap under your tree, give to your kids, your family, etc., or to just put on and send me a post so I can post it and share it with the community. But it have to be in by Monday, 12/8. So shout out to everybody. Even if your order came in overnight or 15 minutes ago, it's already being processed, so you're good. All right, everybody. Um, you saw the caption. You know what we're talking about. I don't know if you've noticed, but the public is well aware of what's going on, right? And the public is not shy in talking about it. Some of them might put it in story form. They might, talk about it on different platforms. They might make a little animated type of cartoon we're going to take a look at called the Shedeur Files. Shout out to whoever is running the Shedeur Files. Y'all on it. So we get ready to take a look at the Shedeur Files. Understand, while it might be presented in animated form, the sentiment is real. 10 million people are not playing about Shedeur Sanders. And now the conversation is beginning to get outside the broader spectrum of just Shedeur, but into the other black quarterbacks. People talking about Jalen Hurts today. People talking about Stefanski going over to Tennessee after he's fired or allowed to leave the Browns. Understand this. Absolutely not. And I said it, and a guy, whoever owns his account, Roberto Shenanigans, he just replied to me. We're going to talk about that because, I told y'all they always come back with he destroys white quarterbacks too. And I said, yes, however, ... I'll be right back because I had to go live. Because, yes, that is true. However, they can always get out, right? So suggesting that Stefanski goes to the Titans to ruin Cam Ward's veteran year, his second year. No, send him up there with JJ McCarthy. See, we on to y'all. Y'all want to take underperforming coaches that should be fired because why? They think this is Jim Crow, and you want to send him after trying to ruin Shedeur's career. Now you want to send him over to ruin Cam's career. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I've told y'all, if you watch other sports, this is not happening. This is not happening anywhere else. You have a lot of people. We talked about Mackenzie Scott, Bezos, or Mackenzie Scott donating to all these HBCUs. Now we have, I think, Bloomberg donating to several HBCUs. We have, if you watch the Met Gala, it was dedicated to Black culture. And Anna Wintour, they call her Dame Wintour. She was talking about how it's very important right now to stand next to Black people, the Black community, Black culture. So she wanted to put it on display. She's been working with this for like 2 years, right? And so everybody is recognizing what's going on in larger society and like, we're not with that. So we're doing everything we can to help y'all because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But in the Cleveland Browns, the NFL and the Cleveland Browns want to take Black excellence at a time when people are gravitating towards it, supporting it, uplifting it, celebrating it, and tear it down and expect us to be quiet. And I say, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And when Stefanski finishes his job over here in Cleveland, you want to roll to another Black quarterback. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And Haslam need to understand, hear me good. You about to find out how expensive racism is. You gonna find out how expensive racism is. You need to understand you are on the cusp of a target. You are on the cusp of a target. And I know people feel like, oh, I'm untouchable. Yeah, okay. Because if this game is not a game where Shedeur can play freely and ball out, and we see more of the shenanigans from the veterans, whether it's Jerry Jeudy or the veteran Olinemen, whether it's Batonio or Conklin, it's on. It's just on, bro. It's up. Because, see, people not playing. We see what you're doing and see the media. The media is the culprit, right? The media should be talking about the clip that went viral that we all have now seen. with the Olinemen taking dives, literally diving into the dirt instead of tackling, so Shedeur can get tackled or Quinshon Junkins can get tackled. So they out here helping the 49ers, whether it's fake injuries or skipping to my loo or dirt diving. The Browns are trying to help the opponent, right? And because Kevin Stefanski wants to subtly use Shedeur name in a sentence incessantly and speak well of his skill set, we're supposed to act like he didn't sabotage Shadu all the way up until, and hell, even now, right? Everybody talking about Wyatt Teller being benched when nobody saw him dirt diving. Nobody saw him dirt diving, right? So we're going to look into all of that today. First, we're going to get into the Shedurian files because while it is animation, the message is real. The message is real. So understand that. So I'm going to move over here so y'all can see it. Okay. I don't know who runs this account, but shout out to the Shedeur files.
Things cool. Sure. Judy, things better be cool because the grill is still on and we only need one reason and we'll flame you up again with seasoning. Because what y'all not gonna do is hop on that field and berate the internet's nephew over a pass the entire offense has been dropping since week 1. This wasn't one bad play. This has been a season-long epidemic of hot potato hands. But for some reason your patience rolled out gold-plated rainbow slides for the leprechaun to glide and vibe. All we're saying is, it was only Shedeur's second start. Give him a chance to get sturdy, and maybe focus on why Brock Purdy was in the end zone doing the Dougie. So we're gonna call a little truce and hope the team gets strong like cement. And Jerry, next time you need to vent, wait until you get to the locker room, my friend. Now let's go get a W.
So shout out to the Shedeur files for essentially trying to let people know, hey, you know what? You wrong for that. And you could have waited till you got into the locker room. And, you know, for the people that want to normalize what Jerry Jeudy did against Shedeur on that sideline, his quarterback, the most important position on the team, the leader of the machine, the leader of the team, to try and undermine his leadership. And he's a rookie and Jerry Jeudy's a vet. Everybody that wanted to say, we're family. Everybody wanted to say, football is emotional. Wait till a Jerry Jeudy type character pops off on a white quarterback. We're going to see what y'all got to say. See, that's what happens when you excuse disgusting behavior. It just gets to everybody. It don't discriminate. See, disgusting behavior doesn't discriminate. Once you give it a pass, it keeps going. And you know how you know? Look at what they talking about this week with Wyatt Teller. And what did I say? I said, now y'all care about Stefanski sabotaging the team because he's retaliating against Wyatt Teller, but he retaliated against Tony Brown and you had nothing to say. Disgusting behavior does not discriminate. It does not. It picks its battles and it picks its target. And anything that gets in the way of that target, white or black, gonna get it. But see, the media want to stand up for Wyatt Teller, but had nothing to say about Tony Brown. They have nothing to say about Stefanski targeting Shedeur, trying to hold him back all damn summer, setting him up to fail, wanting to come out here and put out these stories that Shedeur is average. No, the hell he not. And I don't know if Stefanski think his work is done because the media keeps saying he average. You try and trade him as anything other than a QB1, and you're going to find out. You're going to find out how close to target you really are. When I said about 2 to 3 weeks ago, the public is leaning in, people didn't believe me. And what happened when Jerry Jeudy thought he was going to go out there and lose his natural mind? He went and found it. And now people calling ice on him because he's Haitian. Understand this. That might be funny, but you know what a lot of people didn't know before Jerry decided to show his AZZ? That the U.S. government was already beginning. They say they're now beginning to deport Haitians who were here. And then Jerry goes and do this. I'm like, you're going to get one of your people roped up, bro. And people saying that's what's happening. I don't know. I'm not looking into it. But if you heard about it, the crazy part is it was already discussed before Jerry Jeudy did that. because, you know, they have this big immigration crackdown where they're just deporting people, right? And they had already said before Jerry Judy started losing his mind that they were cracking down and they were trying to deport mass deportation of Haitians. That's why you got to watch your behavior. You got to watch how you treat people, because now people saying something about ICE is trying to get him, or people say they calling ICE on him. I don't know. See, here's the thing, right? Once you unroll out this type of unsavory, disgusting, targeted behavior, you have no idea what that backlash gonna look like. Some people think I can commit the crime and apologize later. Who told you you knew what the consequences were going to be? We don't know what the consequences gonna be for Jerry Judy. We don't know. We don't know what they're gonna be for Jerry Judy and or his family. We have no idea. We don't. But he put them in that situation. He brought that spotlight their way. And the problem is, you had no reason to do what you did. You were just performing, trying to make Shedeur seem like he was difficult or wasn't a good quarterback, or he doesn't know what he's doing because you're a veteran. You used your veteran status to target and bring down a rookie. That's what you tried to do. That's disgusting. So the consequences, let them fall where they may. So we're going to get ready to listen to Kevin Stefanski talk about Shedeur and some other things that I put together. I want y'all to understand, somebody in our comments was like, it's more than ample evidence. There's an avalanche of evidence to support that Shedeur Sanders is being sabotaged, led by head coach Kevin Stefanski, and now including wide receiver one, Jerry Judy. Some people say Cedric Tillman and maybe a few other veterans, but for sure they called out the veteran Olinemen, the leaders of the team, along with Kevin Stefanski, are being accused of setting up their rookie quarterback who can win, Shedeur Sanders, QB1. You're not going to get out of this just by sending Stefanski elsewhere, because he's going to take his unsavory behavior. And if it's Tennessee or wherever another black quarterback is, when it could be Minnesota or it could be some other team where a white quarterback is, it means you're targeting black quarterbacks, and 10 million people will be right here with the grill turned on, with the grease hot, waiting on you. Understand that. That's the tree you're barking up, just in case you don't know. That's the tree you're barking up. And I think you know, because you want to shift the conversation to Stefanski can get a job elsewhere as if he's worthy. There's a lot of places Stefanski should go, but it's not nobody else's job. Nobody else's job. He might need to think about making some license plates. That's where he need to go. I'm like, because all of a sudden trying to flip a switch, it don't work like that. It does not work like that at all. And I told you the public was leaning in. And even more people will be watching this Tennessee game for sabotage. Absolutely. Whether it's by fake injuries, resting veterans diving in the dirt, Jerry Judy trying to find another way to skip to Malou or to cause an interception. People are looking for the sabotage led by Stefanski, carried out by leaders and veterans of the team. Understand that. You have been warned. You have been warned. So let's take a look at what's going on with further evidence that people know that Shedeur is being sabotaged. Okay. All right. So I earmarked one. I earmarked a few things to take a look at, and this is one right here. So I think the other night, it says Shedeur Sanders national ranks, right? When he was in college, Shedeur had 74% completions, passing yards, 3,900, over 3,900 touchdown passes, 35 ranked second, and QB rating 168, which is pretty damn high. And understand this, right? Understand this. When you see Stefanski sabotaging Shedeur, what do you see? You see the O-lineman dirt diving. What does that do? It lets the other team defense get to the quarterback or get to the running back to kill the drive. What you saw go viral from William Fracture was a fourth down drive near the red zone. So anytime Shedeur gets near the red zone, Randy Moss pointed this out, I think, recently. Randy Moss is saying, they're taking Shedeur out of the end zone, doing wildcats. They're robbing him of touchdowns. And while he say he can't say who it is in particular, clearly somebody in that building doesn't like Shedeur. Only the head coach makes the game plan. Only the head coach is in charge of what plays go into that game plan. It's up to Tommy Rees to take what's from that game plan, whether it's meant for good or bad, and put it out there. So understand this. This falls at Kevin Stefanski's feet while they're trying to find him another job. Why would you want to protect someone who has tanked the team? We're not tanking. We already got 2 first-round picks. So we're not tanking to lose. The Browns are trying to lose, so Shedeur does not appear to be a good QB1 who can be traded somewhere else. But they don't even care about that because they didn't want to trade him, did they? They don't want Shedeur to be a QB1 because they want to be able to justify going out to Ohio State and getting either Justice Sand, or if Arch Manning decides to surprise everybody and come out this year, or wait until next year to get the Manning kid. That's why they don't want to win this year. They already have 2 first-round picks. They don't want to win with Shedeur. They knew they couldn't win with Dillon. So it proves they didn't want to win, period. It proves I didn't want to win, period. So why is it that they decided to pre-draft extensively with Shedeur up until 2 weeks before the draft? When did you decide you didn't want to win this year? Did it start in 2020? Because that's how long the Browns have been rebuilding. And again, reminder, in September, Haslam said what? We're going to be rebuilding for another 2 to 3 years with Shedeur on the ground, which meant the goal was to not win. So just get Dillon. And damn it, we got Shedeur, even though we was going to get him, we changed our mind. And you can change your mind. But now we got him. So now you can win. But Haslam and Stefanski have decided we still don't want to win. So what do we have to do to hold Shedeur back so we don't win with Shedeur? So we can get our white quarterback next year and rebuild for 2 years after that, because Shedeur is better than him too. So we're going to need 2 more years for him to get it together. We need that justification. We need that time. But we don't want to win with Shedeur. So they didn't want to win with Dillon either, but did they destroy him? Did they lead a campaign against his character, against his skill set? No, they propped him up and made excuses for him, knowing full well after 52 reps in a row, he couldn't get it. How did they know that? Because he threw for 160 reps in the summer and he still failed, and Shedeur was still better than Dillon. Shedeur proved he was better than Dillon before the first game was played in the preseason. And Stefanski has done everything to prop up Dillon and try to get Dillon on this field, including lying about faking injuries. Is he bribing Jerry Jeudy? Is he bribing Conklin? Is he bribing Batonio? Did he bribe Ethan, who I saw with his family looking nice, giving away turkeys on Thanksgiving? What a contradiction. You setting up your team, your quarterback, to lose. When it's Shedeur, you protecting Dillon, a game manager who ain't even like that, like it's Fort Knox, in the same damn game. And you think we don't see it. You know it's on film. You know he gonna watch it. You know everybody gonna see it, but you fear no consequences. And when the consequences come, now you want us to be quiet. See, you can't commit a crime, because these are crimes. You can't commit a crime and think you know what the consequences is going to be. And when you don't like how the consequences taste, you want people to shut up. Absolutely not. And now you done crack the door open to start looking at where is it you're trying to send Stefanski, because let's talk about the black quarterbacks he going to sabotage next. So now we're going to start talking about what? You're not just sabotaging Shedeur. It's such a historic year for black starting quarterbacks. You want to send Stefanski somewhere to sabotage another black quarterback's career. And the media go in and do a character assassination and devalue the skill set of that black quarterback, no matter how much you paid him. So you want the virus to spread. That's my point. You want the Stefanskigate virus to spread. No amount of saying that Stefanski could be hired here or there will excuse the criminality that is taking place in Berea. People see it. And understand this, Browns media, people in Cleveland, you're not going to out-talk 10 million people who are telling the truth, who recognize the truth while you choose to close your eyes. It's not going down like that. Racism is expensive. And the fact that you're talking about sending Stefanski to Tennessee, it proves it's racism. Because even though Dillon wasn't good, they didn't try to harm him. They didn't try to hurt his draft stock. Instead, Stefanski tried to prop it up. Dylan went from an undrafted free agent to a 3rd-round pick because he's not black. But Shedeur went from a 1st-round, number 2 overall pick to the same team he's QB1 for last Sunday and this Sunday. And you want to devalue him. Hell no. Hell no. So people are pointing it out. This is not a 5th-rounder QB talent. Absolutely not. When the quarterback is black, they're getting devalued. What's happening to Shedeur has been happening, but 10 million people see it because Shedeur is a cultural icon. And because the Browns didn't value Shedeur and they tried to prove this to him every day and break him down like his name was Toby, didn't want it to be Kunta Kinte, it was backfiring. And now they want to run for cover. And now Stefanski want to flip-flop. You've been at this too long, buddy. These are crimes. Stefanski should not be going to another job. He should be going to jail. These are crimes. And they want to normalize it so he could go and do it to Cam next in Tennessee. Absolutely not. And when you campaign for a coach that you know has sabotaged a black quarterback, and you try to get him to go sabotage another black quarterback, you need to go to jail with him as an accomplice. These are inside jobs to destroy black talent at a time when the world is gravitating toward the black community, acknowledging the richness and creativity and uniqueness of the black community. I have on my phone right now 2 models, 2 brothers, twins, last name Williams. You might know them. A few years ago, a modeling agency told them that they couldn't be models because they wore their hair like Shedeur wears their hair. Stitch braids. Guess what? Today they revealed their New York Times billboard because they've been modeling ever since with their stitch braids. See, the problem is people want to put black quarterbacks in the NFL into a box that's labeled whites only. And anything that shows their uniqueness or their blackness, they get punished for. And Stefanski was all too happy to tell us often on camera, is documented, that we have standards for this position. The quarterback position has standards. What the hell are your standards for Jerry Jeudy, Conklin, Batonio, and Posick, and possibly Cedric Tillman for throwing games so the other team can win? What the hell kind of standards is that? Dirt diving, dropping passes, trying to embarrass the quarterback. And since you excuse it, when they do it to a white quarterback, I want you to just be quiet because you allowed this. You allowed this. And you know it's going to happen because it already has. What happened? Sean Payton called himself trying to berate and humiliate Russell Wilson on the sidelines. But then when Bo Nix came and got all in his face, he had no smoke. And then down in the Texas organization, a black player went at his coach after seeing Bo Nix do it. And guess what? Y'all wanted to have something to say. You wanted to talk about how disgusted it was. Get ready. Because it's going to happen to a white quarterback because you let it happen to Shedeur. And you shouldn't have nothing to say. See, you creating all these problems by excusing disgusting behavior because it benefits you to hold back a black quarterback. And now you out here campaigning because they retaliating against a white player, Wyatt Teller. You can't have it your way. This ain't Burger King, boo. So we're going to be watching this game. And Stefanski, there's no amount of double talking, no amount of pretending, being two-faced that's going to help you, boo. None of it. You busted. You are busted. Your team has caught your virus. The virus that is Stefanskigate. Your team is doing what you did to Shedeur because you can't do it no more because you busted. So did you ask him in a text message? Did you take them out to dinner? Was it a look? Did money pop up in their account? Did they get guarantees that they currently didn't have? The truth will come out. And Haslam gonna pay for it. So I already asked you, who should be the next head coach of the Cleveland Browns? I have a few ideas. I do. Magic Johnson, Jay-Z, LeBron James, or Steph Curry and company. Because remember, he wanted to buy the Carolina Panthers and they ignored him and bypassed him. So he could get together a group of investors and become the next owner. Haslam is not fit to own the Cleveland Browns, and he will find out how expensive racism is. Because when he find out, Bud Light and Huntington Bank gonna find out first. Understand that. People are not playing about Shedeur at all, and they're not blind to what you have done. And there's no amount of the media talking, none, that's gonna make Stefanski worthy of a head coaching job in this league and not be on his way to jail. He decided to take the risk to commit crimes. We know collusion is illegal. Racial discrimination is illegal. Racketeering is illegal. And what involves in racketeering, bribery is illegal. Fraud, illegal. Fraudulent schemes, faking injuries, yeah, illegal. And all of that's been exposed. But keep talking about Stefanski should get another job. That ain't going to save you. Because you can't talk down what 10 million people see and call out on a daily basis. All right, so, yep, people calling it out. This is not a fifth rounder. It said in 2024, Shedeur Sanders was the only quarterback ranked top 5 in the nation in 4 major statistical categories. This is not a fifth rounder. This is a top 10 draft talent. Facts. And nobody wants to answer the question as to why they supposedly locked him out of the first round. We know why the owners took him off the board. Because who told them Shedeur was entitled? We never saw any evidence of that. Maybe it had nothing to do with that and everything to do with making sure the draft ends without Shedeur being drafted in the first round, because he will become an inherent QB1. And at the end of that night of the first round, historically, instead of 16 black quarterbacks, there will be 17, making Shedeur the one on the other side, making them the majority. Something that is shocking considering how long the NFL has been trying to hold back and discount black quarterbacks. So they tried to stop a historic moment with 17 of 32 black starting quarterbacks, with Shedeur being drafted in the first round. That's what all of that was about. So here we go. It said Browns game status for Sunday. So again, one thing you can weaponize in these games, you can weaponize fake injuries, you can weaponize vet resting, or you can suddenly make a lot of people questionable, important people to the team. And we saw this already. I think it was against the Ravens. A lot of the big name players were suddenly going to be limited, right? So here we go on this game. Devin Bush is questionable. That's on defense. Mason Graham on defense, questionable. Mike Hall, questionable. McGuire, questionable. Dylan Sampson, who Shedeur threw a touchdown to, questionable. B. Bates is out. Conklin, the one who was dirt diving, like Superman, or some people say skydiving, the one to the right. I don't even know what number he wears. Him, he's out. He should be fired. Wyatt Teller out. Wyatt Teller plays guard next to Conklin. Conklin is on the end. Then it's Wyatt. Then it's the center. That's the trio that face the stands. People say when you look at it, you can see that the center and Conklin, Ethan Posick and Conklin were the two that turned, and Wyatt Teller was the only person who lined up where he was supposed to be. So essentially, you have a team where the O-linemen are mostly white, except for the dude on the end, and 72 that can play on the left and the right. And they just got him in and brought him in. And, you know, people are asking with a question mark, is he part of the sabotage? Or because he plays on both sides, did he not know where he was supposed to be? I find it interesting in a press conference that Mary Cabot asked about 72 KT Levingston, but she didn't ask about Batonio dirt diving. She didn't ask about Ethan being taken out the game. She didn't ask about Conklin dirt diving. She asked about the black guy. And the only reason they don't want to take out Batonio and Wyatt and Conklin, because that's 3. You already heard me say the other 2 are already black. That's 5. So if you take out those 3 that are white and you put in 3 more players on their depth chart that are black, because they are black, the O-line will be black. So they want to leave Batonio in there to cause another problem. They want to take Conklin out because it's undeniable what he did. But they want to leave Batonio, the leader, the ringleader of the dirt diving. Fans heard what Batonio said on he had tried to make Shedeur seem difficult. Jerry Jeudy, another leader of the wide receivers, tried to make Shedeur seem difficult. Kevin Stefanski tried to make Shedeur seem difficult and unworthy, invaluable, valuable. They didn't value him. So that's who we have. Huntington out. He been out. He don't have nothing to do with this. And Wyatt Teller, y'all know who that is. And Deshaun Watson is out. Of course, Deshaun Watson could come back. He's just supposed to be starting practicing. He has a 21-day window. By the time that window closes, there'll be 2 games left. This game is highly anticipated. People don't care about the records. They know Cam and Shedeur played are friends, and they played ball in college at the same time. And they want to see them ball out freely. But to me, Kevin Stefanski taking Wyatt Teller out and leaving Batonio in tells you that he's planning for sabotage. So you need to look for it and be ready to call it out. All right, so that's that on that. And then we have, here's Kevin Stefanski. Let's take a listen.
Well, I think he's doing
his own damn podcast. And I don't know why nobody would give him a platform, but this is on the Browns network. So let's just take a listen. This is supposed to be on the clock conversation.
Well, I think he's doing a nice job of operating the offense, and I knowing the person and knowing the player, I have no concerns about him.
He is Shedeur. He is Shedeur.
Well, I think he's doing a nice job of operating the offense, and I knowing the person and knowing the player, I have no concerns about him letting it rip, quote unquote. Well, I think he's doing
no concerns about him letting it rip. So understand this, okay? He straight up busted for restricting Shedeur's passing opportunity. He straight up busted for taking Shedeur out doing the Wildcats. Straight up busted for trying to run a quarterback sneak with the tight end. Understand, every time he used Quashon Junkins, every time he used Harold Fanning Jr., they're all hungry dogs. He's trying to pit them by giving them the opportunity Shedeur should have to break up the hungry dogs. I hope they don't fall for it, because the hungry dogs are the ones that want to win. Jerry Jeudy collected a check because he got his little guarantees. Batonio, all of them on their way out. They don't care if they light a fire and ruin this quarterback's career. And people need to go back and look and see if they was dirt diving and setting up Deshaun Watson, which is how he got injured. So Shedeur better be careful out there. That's why Shedeur handing off that ball and just taking the opportunity when he can get it to throw, meaning he need to get the hell out of the way of the O-line before they fall on him, before they get him hurt. You hear Stefanski? I have no problems with him letting him rip. Why? Did he already fix it so he can't do it? Or did he put receivers down there that he know can't catch? You have to ask. So what's the play, Kevin? We gonna see. We gonna see. Right now, they're saying Gage is the best option on special teams. And, you know, people had a lot of problems, a lot of questions about that, right? So we gonna see. We gonna see. You gotta look for play because him. Look for the play. It's already out there. All right. So, and that's Stefanski. And let's see that I have anything else I wanted to share. Oh, okay. So these are some of the conversations that were taking place. So y'all know who Boog is, right? So there was a conversation taking place where Boog was talking about how they're gonna have you to believe that Shedeur is the problem. It says right here, Boog said they'll try to convince you that it's the quarterback's fault if you don't know any better. And that's true. If you don't know football, you would just believe whatever they say because they're the coaches, they are the authorities, so they must be right. And then the media gonna run out here and pair it with Stefanskigate is pushing to make you believe because you don't know no better, right? But football fans know what time it is. And that's why I say no amount of the media trying to overtalk 10 million people that see clearly what's going on is going to help. It's just not. So Donald Muhammad said, waiting on Cleveland media and the NFL to catch up with the rest of us. Cleveland is one big crime scene, in my honest opinion. What I keep saying, Stefanski don't need another job. He need to go straight to jail and not collect $200. Because this ain't a game, bro. These are people's lives. And everything that he has done to hold back Shedeur Sanders, suddenly want to flip on a 360 is criminal. And I said it. What's happening to hold back Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland is criminal. And here we go. Criminal. That's why they rushed in to say he could get another job to try to absolve him from criminality. No. Because if he was black, he'd be in jail. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So it said, that's the big part of this. It said the preparation in a given game plan versus the specific defensive opponent changes. And I think he's doing a really nice job. Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski on his show on Shedeur Sanders, preparations, comfortability with game plans. So he's saying he thinks Shedeur is doing a good job with the game plans. Now, he got his own show. Can he really do well with a show trashing Shedeur Sanders right now? Hell no. So likes and clicks, legal liability, it's trying to escape criminality, all of the above. Pick one. So Stefanski on that two-faced type of time. This is all talk until we see what sabotage he coming with this game, because Shedeur has been sabotaged in every game by Kevin Stefanski, whether he's calling the plays or not. Because why? Kevin Stefanski is responsible for the game plan. So he seems comfortable to let Shedeur let it rip. But Botanio over there, and Ethan Posick still is the center. He's taken Wyatt Teller out, and we going with the second string player who might not be as good. And then Jack Conklin is out, and let's see who they go with. It should be Cornelius Lucas, who hasn't had any playing time. So manipulation of the O-line is the first thing you need to look for. And what they're going to say is, oh, these guys not used to playing. Leaving Botanio in there is a guarantee. A guarantee that's going to be some dirt diving. Look for it on your left, the left guard. Look for the center to be rotated in and out. That's what happened last time. And look for either Tevin Jenkins or somebody else, Cornelius Lucas, to maybe not be familiar. Because you saw 72 running around trying to figure out where he was going when he could have caused the penalty because he's not that familiar. Look for the play. For Shedeur to throw, get a ball off. If he don't run it in himself. He scored the touchdowns he has scored. He's had time to get it out. Understand, it takes the O-line got to get their job done. Shedeur got to look for somebody open, and they got to get to their spots. So it's not all on Shedeur. So let's hope, since Vegas is right. Vegas said Shedeur can get this done with the Browns. Lead the Browns to victory. So let's see if what happens. Kevin Stefanski talking a big game. Talk is cheap. Let's see what he do. Let's see what y'all say. And y'all know I got to run and get out of here and get ready for members podcast. Good afternoon. 200 of us, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. So let's see. I'm checking y'all's comments. Shout out to the new members. If y'all new, you should have the notification. We going live in about 45 minutes with the members only podcast. Get ready for that. I called Cleveland news station to report it. Yep, that's what y'all got to do. Y'all going to have to get some of these news outlets on these people, because the media is bought and paid for. Sports media, football media, the Browns people, oh, they bought and paid for. Anybody talking about Stefanski get another job, bought and paid for, trying to distract from the criminality that's taking place, trying to normalize what Jerry Jeudy did to Shedeur, trying to harass him and make him seem like he's problematic or not a good quarterback. And when they pop off on a white quarterback, let's see what happens. Watch the difference. Just like they didn't say nothing about Shedeur being targeted by Stefanski or Tony Brown being retaliated against by Stefanski. But now it's Wyatt Teller, and they want to have something to say. Y'all need to start calling all them local news stations and telling them what's going on. Start sharing all these posts, everything that's out here. I don't care who channel it's from. You need to share everything, because they need to get on it. And if it was anybody else, if it was a black head coach doing this kind of thing, they would already be on it. Racism is expensive, and some people going to find out. It said Cleveland knows that Kevin Stefanski and Shedeur can't both stay in Cleveland. Hell no. And they know if they trade Shedeur and get a dud or try to keep, I think Stefanski was going to try to get Dylan to be the quarterback next year. That's what I think. Hey, family, it's a happy Friday. Let's go. Shedeur versus the Titans. We already scheduled the watch party, y'all. So check your notifications. The watch party is already scheduled. Sunday starts at 12:50, but 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It said they want black dollars. They are coming at all angles. Facts. They want our dollars. And I have said this, I don't know how many times. They want our money, keep bringing black people close, but want us to shut up while they destroy black excellence or greatness of these black quarterbacks, including Shedeur Sanders, in peace. It's not going down like that. I'm telling y'all, the moment people come to realize that this is happening to all 16 black quarterbacks, but we know about it because of who rolling with Shedeur Sanders, 10 million people, and we talking globally. You wait till they put that together. And you think they was pissed off about Target? They just don't know yet. It's a lot of people out here. They just don't know yet. But they starting to catch on. They started to catch on and say Kevin is handcuffing Shedeur. Facts. And that's what Skip Bayless said. Take the handcuffs off. And at first he was saying take the training wheels off. I told y'all yesterday, they're not training wheels. Training wheels are to help. Handcuffs are to hurt and harm. So he had the handcuffs on Shedeur. And now he over there talking about, I don't have no problem with letting it rip. Yeah, we're going to see. How many games have they won? 3? That means you have only won 3 games this year, and you won 3 games last year, and you trying to stop Shedeur from winning. And then people told you winning is the goal. And you still want to find another way to hold him back. I don't trust him. I don't trust nothing he say. Absolutely nothing. And nobody else should either. All the criminality happening over there, and they want to find him another job. Hell no. They want another white man in the NFL. They want to fail up after criminal behavior. No. If somebody say I'm right in time, I love it. It say I love the Shedeur Files. Me too. I'm subscribed. I don't know who channel that is, but salute to the Shedeur Files. We rolling with you over here at What She Said Sports. Wherever I see it, I repost, retweet, whatever. I think I saw it on Threads, and Instagram, TikTok. Wherever I see it, I'm sharing it because it's good. It speaks to the sentiment of how we feel, and it's not a joke. It just might be animated. But it's not a joke. We're not playing about Shedeur. The grill is hot, and so is the grease. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Grease or the grill. Which one you want? Which one you want? Because you're going to get it. You're going to get it. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It says Stefanski and Judy both need a fleet because they are so full of crap. I want you to take Batonio and Conklin and line them up to get it too. Don't leave them out. I'm talking about some of the wealthiest people. It said Judas came out of hiding yet. I don't know, but Shannon Sharp got on him today because they said Judy was blaming the media. And he was saying the media this, the media that. Wait till somebody do this to a white quarterback. Y'all gonna be like, damn, that's what she said. It's coming. When you excuse disgusting behavior that does not discriminate. See, disgusting behavior, it's just disgusting. They don't need a reason to be disgusting. And anybody gonna get it. And see how they want to normalize it when it's Shedeur. See, that tell you how they feel about Shedeur. Wait till it's a white quarterback. Wait till it's J.J. McCarthy. Wait till it's Jackson Dart. Wait till it's Brock Purdy. Just wait. Just wait. It said buy Stefanski and buy Judy. Don't leave out the linemen. Buy Batonio. Buy Conklin, and Ethan needs to go with them. Not a coincidence. All these people are white. Jerry Judy just ignorant for falling for the BS. It said they don't want him and Shiloh to succeed. Fact, they don't. They don't. They really don't. Hey, RD, how you doing? How you doing? I said, why do they hate the Sanders? Black excellence. You mean, why do they hate black excellence? Because he can win, and they don't want to win. If they wanted to win, they will be fine. They don't want to win. They want to get a white quarterback to win. And that should be obvious. When you saw Haslam, you hear everybody talking about Mendoza, and that's blowing smoke. Let me tell you why that's blowing smoke. Mendoza go to Indiana, right? Or went there. He played for Indiana, right? When did you see Haslam with Andrew Berry? Was it at Indiana? No, it was at Ohio State, between Ohio State and the University of Texas. Mendoza don't play for none of them, right? They just want to collect black and brown talent like Infinity Stones. But he went out and showed everybody and brought Andrew Berry with him to do exactly what he did with Deshaun. Go get me that guy. The question is, was it the Manning kid? Because that's what the media thought. Or was it Julian Stan? I think that's his name, who's supposed to be coming out of Ohio State. Or either one of them, black or brown. No. So the media blowing smoke, trying to get you to look in a different direction. Why what the hell would he want Mendoza if he don't want Dylan? And honestly, they could have got Quinn Ewers. They ain't want him either. They don't want to win. And they know Shedeur can win. That's why they look so exasperated in the draft. The plan was to lose. That's why we got Dylan. That's why we didn't fix the O-line. That's why we didn't get no hellified wide receivers. We weren't trying to win. If they wanted to win with Dylan, they would have brought Tej Johnson from Oregon. He over there in Tampa balling out. They didn't want to win. So when they got Shadu, they like, damn it, we was going to get you, but we decided we didn't want to win. But what they did to Shadu was wrong because they baited him in for 3/4 of the process, probably 88 to 90% of the process, and tried to release him to the wind after everybody else had selected their quarterback that they were going to draft 2 weeks before the draft. Criminal. And Shedeur has evidence of that. You know he does. So I don't know what they was looking for at his house, but it was an inside job. You best believe that. Because they ain't really take nothing when you think about everything he has. It said, it's up and it's stuck. Anybody who got anything to do with it can go, right? It said, watch a third down, and listen with a third ear and pay attention, right? So you watch every 4th down, you watch every 3rd down, and look at how they play the 1st and the 2nd downs. Pay attention. Pay attention. Hey, how you doing, everybody? It said the grill is turned up. Yeah, the grill is turned. The grill is turned up. I'm like, you can get this fire one way or the other. You can be greased in. Because I say drop you in some hot grease. Because everybody know that grease ain't playing. That grill is a slow cook. I want you to get it like you gave it out. That's what I want you to do. It said, that's disgusting. He's one of the best rookie quarterbacks I've seen. Right. And they want to destroy him. And then they talking about sending Stefanski over there to Tennessee to try to destroy Cam. I wish you would. I wish you would. I wish you would. It says 75 is on an NFL player, is an NFL player association. I'm not sure what that means. You have to let us know. I know he a buster. If you talking about Batonio, oh yeah, he a buster. They want to leave him on the field to make sure the sabotage go down. Because if they take Batonio out, Conklin out, that means Tevin Jenkins comes in, Cornelius Lucas comes in, then Cam is black, KT is black. That's 4. Ethan Posick will be the only white person on the line. They don't want that. Because then they believe the black players would block for Shedeur. They haven't turned them like they turned Jerry Jeudy. They didn't approach these other black players. Or did they? We're going to find out. Because if you got the Jerry Jeudy, it might be some old ignorance over there. We're going to see, though. There was a reason why they wanted all the white boys was doing the dirt diving. It was a reason why. And it was a reason why they benched Teller, because he wasn't. So, and understand, all of these picks that Andrew Berry brought in, Cornelius Lucas, they didn't let him play. So Conklin is out. Let's see if he step up or if they put 72 out there. We're going to see. It said they don't want to play him and they don't want to trade him. They want to bury him. Facts. They want to bury Shedeur on the depth chart. And that's what people need to understand. That's what this is about. Burying Shedeur on the depth chart. I don't give a damn about your motive. But you're not going to destroy black excellence. You're not going to destroy greatness. You might not like him because he got stitch braids. Too damn bad. Jordan Love got stitch braids. Lamar Jackson wears stitch braids. See, I don't want to hear all of this talk that some of the older cats, like Warren Moon, talking about Shedeur is a quarterback. He got to be different. No, he don't. Shedeur can be himself. These are people that are unwilling to accept black people. So I don't like the way you wear your hair. I don't like the music you listen to. I don't like the way you chew food. Get the hell out of here with that. And what the Browns better understand, when you have the Met Gala dedicating its season to black people, black culture, you have lost this fight. Why? Because the NFL keep trying to pull black people forward and you are the resistance. Because you've never had a black quarterback in the first round like Shedeur, and you didn't want one. And when you got him for cheap or a deep discount, like Andrew Berry said, we were reminded multiple times that the quarterback is the most important position on the team. And Stefanski kept telling us, we have standards for this position. So you're trying to tell us that Shedeur isn't worthy of being a quarterback because he's black, you could go straight to hell. That's what you could do. You're not going to come for our money. Come for our attention and destroy black excellence in the quarterback position. It ain't going down. You have already lost this fight. So I'm getting out of here because I got to go do a members only podcast. Shout out to y'all, 200, 300 of us. Hit the like button, please. I'll be back at 10:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. If you're thinking of becoming a member, you got time. We go live at 6 p.m. Eastern in about 31 minutes. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports. Moderators and supporters, y'all can keep the conversation going in the chat. See y'all later. Gotta run.